What's up, motherfuckers? How you guys doing? Another edition of Puppy Pot and Chill. As I've said before in previous videos, I'm having monetary difficulties. One of the problems that comes to mind that I'm dealing with right now is I don't have internet. My own internet, anyway. So I gotta record these videos upstairs, and then to get the best upload, I have to take my laptop and everything downstairs to my neighbor's and use her internet to upload this video. So, having said that, now you know what I'm up against with this. I'm trying to work it out, but for right now, everything's still rocky, everything's still fucked up, so we're gonna have to put the kibosh on that. I'm not really sure what Puppy Pot and Chill this is, so I'm gonna guess and say Puppy Pot and Chill number 746. Let me see, I do have a heading for it. Free speech gets a push forward in a good direction by the Elon. Free speech is very well maybe getting a good foothold in today's fucked up society. We'll talk about the Elon and his buying of the Twitter in just a minute. For now, I'm smoking a spliff that's got a little bit of weed in it, not much, just a little bit. And I got my pipe with a couple of nugs, so I'm good to go. So let's jump in with this new Puppy Pot and Chill, and I'm going to apologize really quick. I said I was going to try to do at least one upload every week, but that has fallen short. I'm sorry. I will do the uploads when I can, and that means I'll do the uploads when I'm sure that I've done all the back checking and everything else, debunking, just making sure that everything's the way it should be before I put it out. And even then, there's a lot of times where I finally get a story all done up and written out and ready to go, only to have it be pushed away and forgotten about by mainstream media and is no longer poignant. So if I get up and talk about it, a lot of people are like, I don't remember that. So, I mean, there's a lot of things like right at the very top. I don't know if you can see it there, but I crossed a bunch of shit out because in the end, by the time I got around to telling it to everybody, the truth had come out. It wasn't a cover up anymore. And, what I had written down matches up with what they were going to say, so. And that's another, with the back checking taking so long, it's really hard for me to get a good grasp on a story and whether it's going to play out. So I'm trying, but, like a lot of the Ukraine-Russia bullshit, he said, she said, he said, and then he hit her, but she hit him with a hockey stick, and then she poured whiskey on him, but he lit himself on fire. So there's just a lot of misinformation and propaganda being pushed around, a lot of smears, and so it's really hard for me to get in there and dig and find all that shit. But know that I am, and what I do find, I am going to try to put on these videos and right then, we must get high as fuck. Okay. Along with everything else, pandemic, war, the inflation, Dems lying, Republicans doing nothing. The entire administration seems to be sundowning at this point. I mean, where all the old people and all the ignorant people, we won't mention names, Kamala, all suffer from some kind of mental incapacity, and after 7 hours of working, their mind is just done, and then they're saying stupid ignorant shit that nobody understands and doesn't make any sense, which is 99% of the time. Society is full of social justice warriors and the victims, and virtue signalers. And they all prop each other up with their self entitled egos and people that think they're better than others, but they are not at all. But that's where we are. Not the pandemic, not the war, not the food chain problems, not the empty shelves. Nope. It's all about the self entitled and how the rest of the people serve them. Now, I'm going to say that again. It's all about the self entitled and how the rest of the people serve them. Now, I thought about that for a long time, and I was like, I'm not rich, and I don't serve any of those motherfuckers. But yes, I do. I use their products. You can try to get away from everybody in today's society, but with today's society and the way it is, and with all the technology, it's just not going to happen. It's just not. Democrats are going to get thousands killed due to their ignorance because their disinformation, their lies, they're driving America into the ground and telling people lies that are going to get people killed. But that's the left, they can lie right now and get away with it, it seems like. Dems continue to push their agenda to allow them to groom our children for their pedophilic wants. After the Don't Say Gay bill, which not once did it say in there, don't say gay. Not once. Not ever. It was a bill that literally says that the parents would be able to see what the teachers are teaching their children. And the teachers, the left, liberal, LGBTQIA people, think it's a direct attack against them because they want to be able to hide what they're teaching your children so they can, run their nefarious plots and groom your children. I want you to think about this. If you're a Generation X, or like me, or older, because I'm Gen X, just barely, I'm one of the oldest Gen X's out there. Anyway, if you're a Gen Xer, or older, I want you to think about this. Did your teacher ever talk about their home relationship? And I mean ever. If they did once, I want to know, but I'm willing to bet it was never. Because when I was going to school from kindergarten to 12th grade graduation, none of my teachers talked about their social life in the classroom. One of the best responses I got, I can't even remember her name, but way back then, back in the mid 80s, there was a bi boy who was most definitely bi. He dressed the way he wanted to dress, and he was out of the closet, so to speak. He didn't try to hide it. But there was a boy who was bisexual in our class, and he tried to push the teacher into talking about it in class. And in the end, the teacher said, I'm going to forget his name, Derek. She said, Derek, that is inappropriate subject matter for this class. I'm here to teach sociology, and I don't believe that my status has anything to do or any bearing on teaching this class. And that was it. That was the one and only time I heard anything about that in all of my years at school. And none of the teachers volunteered up information about their social and private lives in the household. I mean, think about that. How, I mean, not just cringe, but how fucked up in the head do you gotta be to think that it's okay to talk to 5 and 6 year olds about your potentially gay or lesbian relationship? Are you fucking kidding? That's a form of child abuse, you fucking rapists, you pedophiles. Anyway, that bill got passed. You know why? Because the actual number of normal people far outweighs the fringe crazy left. Not by a little bit, but by a lot. The fringe crazy left, the LBGT, all of them people, like 0.1%. And I'm being generous. The other 99.9, nope, they don't care about you at all. They think you're actually fucked crazy in the head stupid. And the bill passed majorly because, like I said, most of the people are normal and they voted in a good bill to keep the pedophiles and the groomers away from the children, and made it so all they could do was teach the subject they're supposed to teach. You gross motherfucking pedophile fucks. Alright, let me see. Did I get through this? But yeah, I want anybody who went to school and had a teacher, which is almost everybody. So I want you to think about it. And I want you to tell me how many of your teachers came out and said, yeah, I'm gay. Me and Herm, oh yeah, we were swapping bodily fluids, if you know what I mean. Unfucking believable. Kardashians were about to become irrelevant. So, of course, magically there's a new scandal from an old subject. Sex tape! Yep. Some new materials popped up on social media from back in the day. And by the way, she made $20 million for less than 10 minutes work on that first video, that first sex video she put out. That's what she got out of that. 20 million for less than 10 minutes work. Now here it is, years later, and she's getting upset because her kids could find out from the internet just how big of a trashy slut good old mommy was back in the day, and wants her kids to think that she's this fantastic mother that never did anything wrong and is angelic and is perfect and is, well, that, and she, and of course she wanted to wear white at the wedding, and so Kim, let me let you in on something. No, it's impossible. You put your sex tape out on the interweb. It got downloaded so many times, the download button burned up on people's computers. All right? It's out there. And now that your children are growing up, you're like, oh, I can't let my kids see that I was a whore. They're going to find out the mommy's a trashy slut. And dumb as fuck. They're going to run across all that shit. And for a few years, it'll be okay, Kim. The kids will be like, it doesn't matter, mommy. I love you. Right up until like junior high and high school. And all the kids are like, hey, can I fuck your mom? Huh? I know she does it. I know she puts out. I've seen it. And she looks like she knows how to slob a knob really well. I've seen it. Yep. And then guess what? No more Heidi. Well, I mean, anybody with an IQ over that of a kumquat would be able to see this coming. Which is why Kim Kardashian did not see this coming. You know how sloths are the slowest land mammal? Well, the sloth was, but you'll never guess who beat him out. I won't mention names. You know, Kim Kardashian, AOC, Nancy Pelosi. Whoops, I said I wouldn't mention names. Don't worry about it. I didn't mean it. So it's okay. Okay. All right. So Kim is publicly on social media crying about the horrible thing that social media did to her, even though she did it to others. Anyway, others are doing to her that will ruin her life, and that her privacy has been breached by the haters out there. Nope, she needs to take personal responsibility for what she did. Simple as that. She fucked up. Admit she fucked up. Build a bigger wall. Delete your accounts. Ignore them. When your kids see the videotapes of you acting like a trashy little hoe, explain to them at that point in time that you were so stupid you didn't think you had another way to get famous, and that this was it. And it worked. And that's what you can teach your kids. That if you don't succeed, you can sell your body. Well done, Kim. Well done. Yeah, no, she needs to have personal responsibility for her actions. She did this to herself by selling, slash having sex and putting it on the interweb for the world to see. I have no sympathy for her. She sold her body on the web, made millions, and now she must suffer the repercussions of her actions. Oh, poor trampy girl got rich from sex, now regrets it and wants the world to forget about it by publicly making a massive deal over the new scandal, crying on camera while repeating info several times about how to get to her site and give her money, and to remind everyone about the lack of privacy and how she wants to keep her personal life private, and by, going out and doing this, publicly telling everybody what's going on with her private life. You see what she's doing? Thought. She's a thought. If you don't know what a thought is, stands for that hoe over there. Thought. And this is the week's big news. Well, like I said, there's actual news going on around the world. This is the big news. Yeah, this isn't about the Russia-Ukraine or the tension between the China-Taiwan, or it's not about the pandemic, even though that's still a thing, and even where in China people are dying because they have massive lockdowns over there in Beijing, because they can't leave their house or anything. Nope, that's not the news. Here in the U.S., this is the news. BLM and Antifa riots continue with mounting violence. Inflation is still going up, forcing some theft just for survival. Oh, wait. They're not even reporting about that either. Yeah, people are dying, starving, and stealing from stores to keep living. But they're not reporting that. These things are going on, but no one's reporting about anything about it. Instead, we're all going to listen to Kim Kardashian, and we did for 4 days. It was on the mainstream news at the very front. With everything else that's going on, the big news was Kim Kardashian. Well, Elon, now I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. Elon used to complain on Twitter about it not being free speech. People kept telling Elon, look, you rich fuck, shut up or buy it. Well, they never thought he'd actually buy it. So, what did Elon do? He bought it. Yeah, yeah. And people freaked the fuck out. The government set up something like the Ministry of Lies. And then another thing, something about the disinformation group that is led by a woman who spreads nothing but disinformation. And when she got the job, she had to delete half of her fucking social media, or else she would be wiped off with all the stupid shit from her past. Of course, somewhere, somebody screenshotted all of that shit that she had. I hope they do, and I hope they come back and rub it in her face. Jesus, that ignorant fucking... Ugh. Okay, so Elon buys Twitter. And already thousands of people, blue check people, on the extreme left are getting on saying, I can't deal with free speech. And they're shutting down their accounts because they would rather be on a platform where free speech is not real and they censor the truth so they can live in their little bubble of lies. Well, Elon popped that bubble, and these people are running scared. Like I said, thousands are shutting down their accounts. What they're not saying, though, is at the same time, it would appear that there are millions ready to join up with the promise of free speech on Twitter. They're going to lose a couple thousand of the fringe extreme morons and gain millions of normal people who want to talk truth. So, please, for the love of fucking everything green under the yellow fucking sun, please, the fringe extreme left, Antifa, BLM, all of you, you're too infantile for free speech, then fucking leave. Don't come back. The entire 0.1% of you can go fuck yourself. You think you're important and influential, but you are about to learn a painful truth. You are not the majority. You're so far from it, it's fucking laughable. And the actual majority thinks you're fucked in the head, crazy stupid. So, for all you fucktards on the left that think you're something full of just self-entitlement, just full of the brim, get ready for the butt hurt and the fuck over that you got coming. And you have nothing, so you're going to start shit slinging like a fucking monkey. I guarantee it, it's already started. The left will smear, lie, make up stories, and sling shit as much as they can, because it's all they got. They have no actual factual truths they can fall on. Nothing but a bunch of lies and ignorant shit. So, if you're like me, probably won't bother you. You're going to hear a lot of people whine, snivel, piss, and moan. Your day will go on. And then there's some people who are far right. I'm just a conservative centrist. But you're going to get some people from the far right saying, shut up, you used to do it to us, which they did. And now we're not even really doing it to you, but we have the new guidelines, and we're going to have that group. And then we're going to have the far left. That when we do that, they absolutely say stupid shit like, I'm moving to Canada. Well, you know what? It's time. Fucking go. Go anywhere. Why don't you go to Russia? Or Ukraine? Or France? Or Poland? Or Warsaw? Or Afghanistan? Any of them. Just go. America's so bad. It's so shitty here. Get the fuck out. No one will miss you. That I guarantee. Alright. I've already made this video super long and I didn't want to. I was hoping it was going to be quick, but that didn't happen. So let's take another hit. I'm going to try to get on and do videos when I can. I was shooting for once a week, but that's not getting it. So, instead of making promises I can't hold, just know I love you fuckers. I will try to find the truth. I'll keep digging for the truth. And I'll try to portray the truth the best of my ability. If I do this if you like what I do, give me a thumbs up and share. If not, don't worry about it. I love you anyway. So that's it. Just hunker down. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best. Don't trust anybody. Fuck them. And hang in there. I love you fuckers. You can't really love everybody, so let's try not to hate. But enough of this shit. I love you. Peace. Stay high, bitches. And I'll see you next time.